Hi everyone, this is a review of a grill dome smoker roaster. It's a Kamado grill. It's lined on the inside with ceramic, and I got it this morning, ordered it online, put it together, came with a stand, pretty easy, took about an hour the whole thing, maybe less. It wasn't too expensive. There are a couple of big famous makes that do this kind of thing that are extremely expensive, over £1,000, and this was $2.99. I'm just about to put in lump wood charcoal. This is olive. I have a friend who's got a big green egg. I went to his house a few months ago before lockdown, and I had spatchcock chicken, which is when you cut out the backbone and flatten it, and it was the best chicken I've ever eaten. It was moist and tender and perfect, and I had fourths, so I had to kind of get one of these things. But tonight, well, we're going to find out what happens. I've got a family to feed. I've got to try and do it in time. I have no idea how long it's going to take, but we'll see what happens. So the first thing I'm going to do is just put some coal in there.
This film is sponsored by Betty and Drew. If you or your loved ones have difficulties falling asleep, find Betty and Drew in your music streaming or download service. Set your Bluetooth speaker volume to low, lie down, take a deep breath, press play, and snooze away.
I think we're about 10 minutes in. It's stable here at about 210. That's what's going on inside. Under here you can see the beautiful red glow, and I'm just going to try now and begin to work out how to regulate the heat. So I closed the little gate at the bottom a little bit more, and it actually works because you can really regulate. It's come down a little bit. It might be a bit too hot, but I'm just about to put the chicken on. So that is it. It's maybe 2 centimeters now. I'm just going to close it a tiny bit more, and the top is barely open. So let's put the chicken in and see what happens. In it goes. Oh, hang on, he said skin side down first, so let's turn it over. It's got a marinade on it. Yeah, that fits, just about. Pretty good. It's been about 25 minutes. I think it's still a bit low, but nevertheless, I'm going to turn it now. It is cooking, there's no doubt about that. It smells great. Bit brown here, not so much here. I might have to turn it again. And if you look online, they say prod it with a temperature gauge, and it should be at 165. That's the around 165 to see if the meat is cooked. And there it goes. It's stopped at 73. Oh my gosh, it's not done yet. I'm struggling. I've left it for another 20 minutes. The temperature is dropping. There's no more smoke. I'm thinking the coals might have died out. Of course, what I should do is look at the instruction manual and learn a little bit more about regulating this heat. And of course, here it is. The bottom draft door controls the temperature and glow of charcoal, whilst the top damper controls the temperature and smoke flavour. So if you open the top damper more, temperature will increase and smoke flavour will decrease. Well, I'm not looking for a smoky flavour. I'm going to now open it. See what happens now. That's the underside. Looks alright. Can you see? I don't think quite yet, but it's really nice and juicy. I'm going to actually take a little piece and I'm going to eat for the first time. Peel a bit off. Oh, it's really nice. Oh my gosh, it's delicious. Nice. I think it's done. I tested a bit. It looks fine. And now they say let it rest. That looks great. And yeah, so some of the coals haven't lit. That's probably my fault for not laying them out correctly. I need to work on that. 20 minutes later, the bananas are done. They're sizzling in there. And they say close off everything to kill the coals, and then you can reuse them next time. Done cooking for the day. Let's see how the bananas are. Last night I did the spatchcock chicken, and as you saw, it looked great, and it was delicious. It was moist, it fell apart easily. I put a chicken spice thing from a bottle on it, dried spices, salt, garlic. On the one on the bottom right, a barbecue mix from Pereg. This one is more of the same that I had last night, but as you can see, I've really covered it, and it's all covered both sides. And then this is my own marinade, which I really like, which is paprika, black pepper, and a little bit of oil. And that was inspired by the restaurant, the Dizengoff restaurant in North London. And I'm going to throw these on when I think the fire is ready. 20 minutes now, looking solid, looking hot. I'm going to close. I'm going to put that. I'm going to do that. I must say, I've never been more fascinated in a temperature gauge in my entire life. I'm watching it inch up degree by degree. It's fascinating. I think the secret is to let the holes open and let the air flow. It just takes a bit longer than I thought it might, but that's okay. You have to plan in advance when you want to eat and work backwards. I'm going to now put one piece of chicken with direct heat from those coals, and then I'm going to put the two with indirect heat, and we're just going to see what happens and how long they take. I'm going to test this. Looks done. Yeah. Well, I've left the other one in for a few minutes. I've cut this up. I've got a little salad and there's some hummus, and I'm gonna maybe put a little bit of lemon on some of it, and it's gonna be good. Well, I had to eat the chicken, and then my daughter found a bee in the kitchen, and I used this glass and this envelope to trap it, and the chicken, the last piece of chicken is still on the grill. So I'm hoping, because it's been slow cooking, that it's not overdone. Well, that was a good 6 or 7 minutes later. The chicken doesn't look overdone. It still looks nice and juicy. Really nice. Yeah. You can't be in a rush, it's as simple as that. And can you believe it, they come in pairs. And they are the coals, much diminished, but there's still more to go. You can still get more out of this. They've held well. Day 3. Homemade chicken burgers tonight. I'm starting with 3 fire lighters. I'm confident. I'm not confident about the burgers. Well, we'll see. We're punching up at 250, kids. It's looking good, but I now have to take it down because the burgers need to be in there for quite a while to cook through, and then I'm going to turn it up and give them a little sizzle at the end.
This film is sponsored by Betty and Drew. If you or your loved ones have difficulties falling asleep, find Betty and Drew in your music streaming or download service. Set your Bluetooth speaker volume to low, lie down, take a deep breath, press play, and snooze away.
And here they are. They're quite big. I think I've made them too big, and I think they're a little bit too moist, but they're made with courgettes and breadcrumbs and fine matzo meal and garlic and salt and pepper and parsley. That one's not looking so sad. I've thrown in a couple of corn cobs. That one's looking really sad. No one's going to want that. Or that. Or that. There it is. These ones have been fried in a pan in a skillet just to stiffen them up, and then we're putting them back so that they cook through. Third time with a spatchcock. I think I've mastered it. I put a lot more coal in. I'm taking it nice and easy. And look, bit burnt on one side. I'm doing indirect, but it's going to be great. I've been cleaning around the bowl and getting rid of the dust using a brush. And this is a ruler. And that seems to work okay. I've got most of it. Close it, you get a little bit more. Ready to go. I think it's a record. Fantastic.
This film is sponsored by Betty and Drew. If you or your loved ones have difficulties falling asleep, find Betty and Drew in your music streaming or download service. Set your Bluetooth speaker volume to low, lie down, take a deep breath, press play, and snooze away.